Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to welcome to my channel. I wanted to come and say hello and talk about different ideas, spiritual thoughts and ideas, transcendental psychology. For what's important, there is an attachment that we need to be attached to detachment. It's very important. All the attachment, like the Buddha said, attachment is suffering. So, but we want to be attached to detachment, and we can be attached to God. We can be attached to Source, to that which is true, that which is good, that which is beautiful. That is something we can solidly be attached, but let go of the attachment to evil, the attachment to the dark, the attachment to all the other things, and then continue to ask for spiritual realization, ask for spiritual things. Otherwise, you will not find. You can find if you seek. The door will open if you knock. So ask for to receive. We need to ask. So it's very important to continue to seek out to this evolution. I want to address different subjects. The first one is about past life. For some people, do not believe they had past incarnations on this planet, but past lives are. I just resolved an idea, thoughts that when. For a long time, I realized that I had many past lives on the planet here, and there was two past lives that happened in the same time. I said I must be wrong. It must have been this one persona or this other persona, although all is one and one is all, are soul directly incarnated in the physical body to have those experiences. But actually, you can have more. It's not that linear. So sometimes the soul can experience different level of reality in the same physical plane. They can share. Soul can share an experience with different body in the same time and place. So it's like for the soul, it's not limited by. To be only one body, maybe your soul is already in other bodies living right now on the earth, and when you meet yourself, you will find a natural harmonization with a part of you that is you. In truth, for the soul is really who we are. It is only you. The soul is only you. It is a unique fragment of creation, and your inner paradise is only your energy, and nobody can touch that inner planes. Reality. For there's going to be a great shift of consciousness, and after that, all the soulless beings that are incarnated, there's a lot of dark beings that live in human form. They're extremely cruel. They're like second dimensional. They're animals. They don't have access to emotions or compassion or anything, and they create a real mess here. There's really a lot of responsibility for a lot of the cruelty that's been going on, and they're like not humans, but all of this will be cleansed, and after the shift, only true humanity will be able, the true humans will be able to live in human form. For instance, what we don't know is that we can believe, but every 1 out of 10 planets is an experimental world in this universe, and this planet Earth is one of those worlds, and so we all have a planet of origin or a world of origin, and nobody is actually from the Earth. Everything is a subject of importation. It's like this planet is like a great experiment where all kinds of thousands of civilizations have brought their trees, animals, souls, and we're all working on human form through the process of incarnation. But it's actually a compilation of so many different civilizations, and nobody's really from here. That's why it's so hard to adapt for a lot of. Some people are well adapted, others are not. Get allergies and all kinds of things. It's not easy to adapt to the planet Earth because it's not our original world. We have this longing to return to these original planes, but we're here in service. I also want to say what we feel really matter, because what we feel we make real, what we think we become, as the Buddha explained that. So it's very important to recognize. To recognize that all we have is this moment of now, and then we have a series of moments of now that are unfolding. But through this process of these difficult times of confinement and so on, we know better. We have better knowledge of who we are, what we truly want as well. And so what we need to do is to continue to imagine exactly what you want to live, where all those things, to continue to cultivate that vision until you manifest it. It's not like it's not like I have a choice. I have no choice but to continue on this program. Although sometimes it can be fleeting. What we want is like a mirage. It feels like it's real, but it's not here and now. It goes into the future. And I woke up this morning with strange energy of those energies that I want. It was like going into months and years into the future. So I said, I have to redirect my energy. And all of a sudden, they all came back in the now. And it's like I saw myself moving through it. It was very strange. Well, but and dreams are very important. The dreams are very potent. Sometimes we resolve karmic issues through our dreams, or we get revelations. And I'm going to pull a few cards. The highest, I'm going to pull 5 cards to do this differently today. Same cards basically the same cards almost that we had in different order in the French reading. The past is why. There's a lot of questioning that's been coming on, and we've been questioning the old ways. We want to continue to elevate our thoughts. Right now we are is going far. It is going into we're getting ready to go far, to go step by step into something, a new process. It's a long road ahead, but we go step by step, and what's coming in the future is the same as in the French reading. It is the respect of the rule, the alignment to the law. What we're working on now is the same card also we had is soulmate. We want to find that true connection, that true soul connection to that one person. For nobody's perfect, but there are some people that are perfect for us, because on the soul frequency we have those soul plan, the soul vibration, and we have this soul connection, and it's like this much deeper feeling when we have a deep soul connection, and the outcome will be peace. Find this peace, this balance, this joy. For joy is our true essence and nature. And so for the old civilizations were all based on one concept. All the old civilization on the planet was the fear of God, and all the religions and all for that. But it's better. The fear of God is better than no belief in God at all. For that is cannot last. God is no atheist civilization can go so far. They were always because of power hungry and difference of opinions, but now we're going to move from fear of God to love of God, the fear of God to the love of God, to connecting to the inner God, the inner self, to connect to the inner Christ. And so the Christ and the Christ was the Messiah, and is returning through the inner self, the collective Messiah, Maitreya in Eastern philosophy, and this Messiah will manifest itself at the end of time as the return of God, the fifth dimension. When I talk about dimension, it's like I'm talking about densities of experience. It's not geometrical or geographical dimension. The densities of experience, frequency of consciousness, mental, physical, and emotional. For the God send models. The Christ was a model. The Buddha was also a great model, and Saint Germain was also a wonderful model that brought the knowledge of the sacred fire. All kinds of those are beings that are friends, they're like brothers, they're the teachers. For this year, the Lion Gates will be very powerful. All the spirits are getting ready for Mother Sekhmet Lion's Gate portal. They're all preparing for that, for the Galactic New Year on July 26th, and on the 29th, Mars will move in Virgo with Venus. They will balance out all the energies of polarity to open the Emerald Gateway. And Sirius and Orion that have been hiding will appear in the sky by the 26th, and will be able to restore a lot of memory. A lot through the activation of the Gizeh pyramid, the holes of the Amanti. We're going to be able to restore a lot of our memory, and so I also wanted to. Yes, I already noted that. So I also wanted to talk about false spiritual messengers and beliefs. There is a lot of false prophets, false knowledge, and a lot of people are being reinforced within their false belief. For astral beings, we need to maintain that. But usually those false beliefs, those old beliefs, will come to reinforce the belief that is already present and make people very arrogant within their ignorance, make them very sure of themselves, very egocentrical in relationship to a knowledge. For the best, the highest wisdom remains. Socrates remains probably one of the wisest philosophers when he claims, I have only one certainty, is that I do not know. For the knowledge that we have, or wisdom that we have, is very little in relationship to true wisdom and true knowledge of God and source. So it is. We have to be careful of astral influences, and that will. But if we follow our feeling state of life, we'll really know. We'll know if it feels good, and then we move into a flexibility and integration, and we can blend in all those beliefs and find a common ground where we can all experience fusion and unity together. Or there is an opposition and conflict in like battling for that. My truth is better than your truth, or whatever. So those come from astral beings, and they're not. At some point, we want to let go of that to move into a more integrated flow of energy. The highest wisdom is love. What we need to understand is friendship. what we need to do is pass through the tests and trials. It's a difficult time, and we want to pass through it, and the outcome will be a reward. It's going to be a great rewards that are coming well, I thank you very much for liking, for coming to see those videos, for sharing, for commenting, and for your donations, for your subscriptions. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. You can see my paintings on Instagram or on Facebook. That's why I have to share them, because I don't have them here. If you want to see comments on my art, you can go back to the video between 2012 and 2019. So I comment on my painting when I had them in hands. And so I'm going to sing a song. There's another song that went through my mind to finish the video, but I haven't ready to sing it. It was a song from the Cours. It's called an Irish band called the Cours. It's called "Only When I Sleep." It's an old it's a song about the dream state, but this is a different song. It's from Stevie Wonder. It's talking about how shameful it is to live in a past ideal, and how glorious it is to live in a future ideal. So it's like it's called Pastime Paradise. They've been spending most their life living in a pastime paradise. They've been spending most their life living in a pastime paradise. They've been wasting most their life of glorifying the days long gone behind. They've been wasting most their days in remembrance of ignorance olders' praise. Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Dissipation, race relation, consolation, segregation, dispensation, isolation, exploitation, mutilation, miscreation, confirmations of the evils of the world. They've been spending most their life living in a future paradise. They've been spending most their life living in a future paradise. They've been working in their mind for the days of sorrows lost from time. They've been telling of the days when the Savior of love will come to stay. Tell me who of them will come to be? How many of them are you and me? Dissipation of race relation, consolation, segregation, dispensation, isolation, exploitation, mutilation, miscreation, confirmations of the evils of the world. They've been living all their life living in a pastime paradise. They've been living all their life living in a pastime paradise. They've been spending all their life living in a future paradise. They've been spending all their life living in a future paradise. Living in the pastime paradise. Let's start living out our life living in a future paradise. Praise to our life, living in for a future paradise. Shame to anyone life's living in a pastime paradise. Or keep your eyes on the ball, keep your eyes on the future. For whenever we worry, it's like we lost track. Whenever we worry about anything, if you have a solution for something, no need to worry. If you don't have a solution for something, why worry if you don't have a solution? So it's really about letting go of all the worries as much as possible, although they will come back. Eventually, to learn. But when we transmute, we are able to let go, to change, to correct our thoughts, to return to the flow. Then we're doing a great job on ourselves. We're demonstrating mastery over the old shadows that can still be coming into our life. And the card of the day is once again a very romantic card. It's all about love and sharing that experience of romantic love. The two of Raphael, two hearts that come together to create something wonderful. Soulmates, do not abandon those you love. So it is a very romantic card, a very romantic day. Let us get ready for romance and adventure. Thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.